Here are the two things I wish someone had told me before starting into the video world, and that's what we're covering today. I'm Nicole. I am a brand photographer and a videographer, and I first started out in the photography world. And naturally, about 8 years ago, I started creating videos for a different YouTube channel. And I wish someone had told me these two things, so I'm going to share them with you today. If you are a brand photographer like myself and you are thinking about adding video services for your clients, which I hope you are, because that's what I do, this information is also critical for you too. And like in photography, our files are big. But the first item is, once you jump into video, the files are so much bigger. And with the technology today, your file sizes are only growing even more. So when I first started, I was using the 5D Mark IV. And yes, I had big cards for photography projects. And they were good for the smaller video projects that I was doing. But I soon realized I needed bigger cards, because the worst thing is if you're on a flow during a video shoot and you get card is full on the back of your camera. So you want to make sure that you have large enough cards and fast write speeds, depending on the technology that you're using, to support the video of today. So now I use the Canon R5C. I have had these are both OWC brand cards, but this is a 512 gigabyte. And this is the latest pickup. This is a 1 terabyte card. So I feel comfortable with these two cards that I can handle kind of small, medium size projects for my brand clients. So that could just be capturing video clips for website header videos. It could be small 90-second testimonial videos, walkthrough videos. But when I'm starting to go into bigger projects, I will have that in mind. Do I have the card space when I'm during the production to have that handled? Now, if you are just doing video for YouTube, you can certainly, a 512 would be certainly enough space for you to do some good videos for your channel. Because many times for photographers, we have a lot of cards, but you do not want to be switching out cards, because then when you get home and you have to download all the content, it's going to get very overwhelming very quickly, because you have to think about, okay, where did that clip end? Where did this clip begin? Trying to patch it all together. So you don't want to get into the habit of just going through like 6 cards and then getting home. That would be very overwhelming. So you want to make sure you have a large enough card for the video project that you are working on. And when you're just starting out, you're going to have smaller projects. So you should have a big enough card if you're a professional photographer to handle that. And if you're just doing this for YouTube, have a card that you're not filling during a whole video shoot. You want to be able to have enough space to film and then download, and then you can wipe that card and you're ready to go for the next shoot. Okay, that's the first thing. The second item really plays into whether you are recording on your phone, if you're recording if you have a 360 camera, if you have a GoPro, if you're using professional cameras. It's your external drive. So as a professional photographer, I'm always using external drives. If you are new to video and you're simply just creating video for YouTube, that might be a new idea for you, is having an external drive. And why? Because you don't want to store all these huge files on your phone, on your computer. You are going to run out of space so quickly. So to have them on an external drive is ideal in your workflow. And what size external drive? Because there are so many different sizes. You can have a 1 terabyte drive, you can get a 20 terabyte drive. Obviously, pricing is going to vary too. Here's kind of a rule of thumb. You don't want, the bigger the size drive, that's a lot of content that if the drive ever failed, you could potentially lose. So if you're a huge production house, you're going to have multiple drives, and they're going to be probably on the bigger side because you are creating so much content, and you may be doing 8K and all these huge files. That might be for them. When you are just starting out, you could start with a 2 terabyte drive, depending on how much video you're going to be creating. An 8 terabyte drive might be a great zone so that you know that you have enough space that's going to last you a little bit, that you can, when you get home or when you are done with your video, you can download the files and have them on that external drive. Okay, those are two big things. You want to have the card space if you're using professional gear, and even if you're using like 360 cameras or GoPros, you want to have card sizes that will support your projects that you are creating, because you hate to be out on location and your cards fill up and you can't complete the project. External drives are number 2, because you want to be able to not wipe all the memory out of or your storage from your laptop, computer, phone. You want to have those on an external drive. Okay, consider those 2 things. Get those dialed in, and then you'll be off to the races creating video. Check out the description below. I have some additional video resources for you. I'll also leave a link to this next video, which all talks about the workflow when you're creating videos and you need that kind of end slide to kind of wrap it up at the end. I have some good points there if you're at that point in your journey. Otherwise, let me know if you have any comments below. All right, get out there and shoot that video.